Hi there, Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back. And this week I'm not doing Roxys Weekly Challenge. This is supposed to be my Roxys Weekly Challenge video, but I'm not going to be doing this week, mainly because I don't need any more ephemera holders. She's making using a big book to make another ephemera holder, very similar to the one we made before as part of the challenge. This one I made with her last time, which I love, and I love using it, and it's just what I need. But what I don't need is a massive, great big one, because I just wouldn't be able to lift it in and out of my box, for one thing. I don't have a big book, and I really don't need any more ephemera holders, full stop, because as you probably know, if you've seen my videos recently, I have made myself a couple of more ephemera holders not long ago, but in the style that I find easier to use, which is these little ones. I love using these. I have quite a few now, and if I need another one, I'll just make another one. It's another way to use scrapbook paper, which is what she uses for hers anyway. And I just think this week I've got other things I need to do, and I'm just not doing it this week, and that's all there is to it. So I'm going to work in my Lace and Ladies journal instead, because I need to do a bit more work on the signature. As you can see, I now have 3 instead of 2. I have been doing a bit of figuring around. I found some more things I wanted to put in the journal. That was the thing. And I thought if I added all those extra things, well, the extra things I've been coming across and thinking of, those 2 signatures were just going to be too big. So I thought, well, I'll split it between 3. It's the same papers. In fact, I have taken some papers out, some of the kit papers out, to allow for the other things to go in that I've either remembered I've got or that I've just come across, which I'll go into very shortly. I've reconfigured them, so I split the papers between the 3 signatures. We're down to, I think, 5 kit pages for each signature, and then I've added in again the dyed papers that I used before, which is the blue and the pink. I've put in the music paper and the book page. But I've added another book page, obviously, and another piece of music, because I needed an extra one of all those things for the extra signature. So I've done those, and then I thought I'd show you the extra things that you haven't seen before that I'll add as well. But before I start all that, I thought I might update you on the situation with my new little grandson, as far as I can. And to be honest, I have very little to tell you, other than he has arrived safe and well. He looks absolutely gorgeous. I've seen a picture of him. He looks perfect. He looks absolutely lovely, and that is all I know, because bless her, my poor daughter has had a hell of a week. She was in hospital all week. They started inducing her last weekend. This is now Sunday, so it was a week ago. They took her in and said they needed to get her started. Well, she actually ended up having him the early hours of yesterday morning, so early hours of Saturday morning. So she was in hospital all week, having contractions most of that time, and obviously the final stage was pretty traumatic for her. I don't really know what happened yet. I'm not in any hurry to find out. All I need to know is that she's okay, and she is. She's just really, really tired, absolutely exhausted, as is her husband. They've had a tough time. So that's all we know, really, is that, they're all okay, but they just need to recover and rest and sleep. So we haven't seen her yet, haven't even spoken to her yet, which is fine. But we're very anxious to just see for ourselves that she's okay, or just speak to her on the phone. We did get a very tired message from her last night, just to say she'll contact us when she's had a chance to recover, which is fine. So at the moment, we don't know weight, name, anything other than all is well, and we will see them in due course. And that's it. That's all I can tell you. So, but thank you everybody who's been messaging and asking after her and asking how she was doing, or whether she's had the baby or not. And all I can say is, yes, she has, and she's okay, but that's it. So let's crack on with our journal. And so the next video you see from me will be another autumn journal, and I do mention I filmed it while she was in labour, but I didn't know what the outcome would be. Now you do. Okay. So what I've got, so I put these aside for a moment. I am going to put some washi tape down the spines of all of these book pages, because they're all doubled over, but they look quite fragile along the spine, some of them. So I thought I would add some washi tape just to make sure it's reinforced. So this feels quite strong paper, actually. This is another Roxy Creations one, because a lot of the ones I bought a paper pack from her ages ago, and I haven't got many left now, but a lot of them come two pages joined together like that, which is really handy to put in a journal. But I do like to reinforce my book pages when I use them like that. And I'll just point out, the front of each signature is from a different kit. So I've got one from Bella Rose, one from Pink Ladies, and one from Myrtle Cottage. And then the middles are also one from each signature, but not the same signature as... kit. So the middles are also one from each kit, but not the same kit as what's on the front of that particular signature. Right, so we did put in a couple of doilies before, and I did think about putting in a third one, but in my searching around my craft room, I found this piece of wallpaper. It came in a pack that I bought not long ago of various ephemera pieces and papers and things, and I thought, well, that's a perfect colour pattern. It just goes beautifully with everything else, but it's the only one I've got, and I did the other piece of wallpaper. I think there was one or two others in there that didn't really go as well, so I thought, well, maybe I'll make that my third piece with the doilies. So that'll go in the middle signature. So I'll just pop those in now. Let's just find a nice spot for a doily. Maybe I'll put a doily in here. Like that. Now the daft thing is, I did spend ages when I did the two signatures, cutting all the papers down so that it was not completely flush along the side, but better. And of course now I've rejigged it all. They're all sticking out again. Oh well, I'll have to do it again. So this is the middle signature. So now we need to find a spot for this. Now, is this going to need cutting down? I might just stick with it as it is. It's not too far out. I might just put it right at the front there, shall I? Let's just see what's next. Yeah, I might put that in, or maybe I'll put it with the blue. Maybe that's what I'll do. What's on the other side of the blue? Yeah, I'll put it here with the blue. Okay, so that's gone in there. Right, let's turn these over as I go. And then I just need to put a piece of lace in here. About here. I'll just check if there's any other place that might look good. Yeah, maybe in the middle would be nice. Or if it's going to stick out too much, maybe not. We'll see. I don't want to cut it down, obviously. I don't want to cut down the lace. Oh no, that's fine. I'm going to have to cut this pink one down, aren't I? Anyway, so that's those. So they're in now. The other thing I found, well, because I remembered that I'd done some jelly printing. A few weeks ago, I did some jelly printing, and I made some specifically for this journal, didn't I? I don't know if any of you remember, but I did actually make some in these colours for this journal, and I suddenly remembered. So I picked out the three that I liked the best, and I've torn them down. So I've got that one, and I've got that one, and I've got that one. So I love them. I really do. And I think they're going to be lovely in this journal. But on the other side, of course, they're just plain white. So I have a plan. I have brought along with me some stencils and some inks, and I'm just going to stencil them up just lightly, just to give them a bit of background. So we'll do that in a minute. But yeah, these are going to look lovely in here, I think. And look at the colours. I mean, they're just... I don't know if you can hear the beeping in the background. My washing's been on and my washing machine is beeping at me to say I'm finished. But it's quite insistent. So I'm just ignoring it. It'll turn off eventually. Right, so look at the colours with all of this, particularly with the Myrtle Cottage. I mean, it's perfect, isn't it? Anyway, so we'll get to that in a moment. And then the final piece, more papers that I've got to go in. I remembered I had some lacy digitals that I actually did myself some time ago. Just some pieces of lace that I scanned and created myself a little digital kit, which I have quite often used as backing papers. And then I thought, well, actually, this is a lacy journal. Why don't I actually use the lacy digitals as pages in their own right? And back them with coordinating William Morris papers, which I also love. So it so happens that I have folded this one with the lace inside, just for a bit of variety. I've done this pink on pink. I think that looks really pretty. I like that very much. Then this one is one of my laces. This one I actually laid lace on some coffee dyed paper, so the actual lacy pattern would show, because I found when I did it just on white, you couldn't really see the pattern. So this is one I did on some coffee dyed paper, and I think that's a really pretty one. It's a lovely lace. I haven't got much of it left. And on the other side, I have this lovely blue William Morris paper. So that's that one. And then similarly, this one is another lace that I scanned on some coffee dyed paper to get the colour. I think it's another really pretty one. And it's another blue, a much paler blue William Morris paper on the other side. So those are really pretty papers. I'm really pleased with those. So I think I need to add those next. Right, so let's see where they need to go. Let's go one signature at a time and see what I can put in. I'm very tempted. It's got a lot of, that's quite blue there. What about popping in? I'll just pop this in here. Yeah, I think I will. Because I think, or shall I do it there? Maybe I'll do it in there. Yeah, I think that's better. I'll do it there. Right, so that one's in. And then this one, we've got this one with the blue inside. There's a lot of blue in the middle, isn't there? So I wonder if I need to redress the balance a little bit. Yeah, this one seems to have got a lot of blue in it. I wonder if I need to introduce a bit more pink. I think I'll put the pink here. No, this is blue. Sorry. This is a blue one. That's all a lot of blue. Maybe I need to do a swap. Maybe I do need to do the pink one in the middle. This is me. I just keep swapping and changing until I'm happy. I don't even know where I put it now. Nope, not there. Is it near the beginning? Oh, right. It was here. Okay, I'm going to take that one out. And I'm going to put this one in. Yeah. Is it going to go? Nope, I'm going to put it here. Yep, I think I'm happy now. There we are. That's going to go there. Okay. So now I need to put the pink one in here. That's better. I like that because there was a lot of blue happening in this one, wasn't there? I think we needed to add a bit more pink. And then there's this one. Where does that need to go? Here maybe? Right. Yeah, okay, that's coming along nicely. Right, so that's those. Those are now added. Let's do a little bit of work on these jelly prints. Right, so I need to find a colour for each one. So I have a number of choices, and I've got all my little brushes with the right colours on. So I've got Dusty Concord. That's going to probably go with this one, I think. Then I've got a couple of bluey coloured ones. Yeah, I'm wondering actually if these are going to work with any of them. They're quite lilac-y pinky, aren't they? Which actually isn't a bad thing. There's quite a lot of blue in the journals, in the signatures. So actually I'm rethinking that colour. Maybe not. And I have got Victorian Velvet, which certainly would go with that. Well, no, it would go well with that. Maybe I'll do the same. I could put this one in the middle signature, and then the two pinks either side. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. So I've got that, and I've got that. Let's not worry about the blues. Okay, let's find a nice stencil for this one. So I've got a couple of Tim Holtz stencils pulled out, and I've got a couple of the ones I bought from Temu, so they're going to go like that. I think I'll use that one. Yep. Now, just got to make sure I've got this the right way around. Sometimes they have a better surface for rubbing on. Okay, let's have a go with this Victorian Velvet and see how it looks. It's quite a delicate colour, but that's what I want really. I don't want anything too bold. So I decided picked raspberry might not be quite the colour. Right, let's have a look, see how this looks. Yeah, it's come out all right. Don't think it matters which way up the paper is. You saw I turned it around very carefully, and then of course it moved, but it was quite easy to shift it back into place. So what we need to do now is just fold it in half. Doesn't have to be perfect. I've only torn around it, so I don't expect the edges to be a perfect match, but there we are. That's one more paper to go in. And this one, I'm not sure whether that colour really works as well, so I might give the picked raspberry a try on this one. If you can bear with me, I'll go and find it. So I've got my picked raspberry, nice and bright. This is Alyssa's favourite, as you would expect. I mean, she's such a pink girl. I did actually buy her one for Christmas of her very own, but she still likes using mine. Yeah, she's thoroughly used this brush as well. I had to buy a separate set of brushes, not for her, so she couldn't use them. So she didn't keep mixing all the colours on one brush. But that's fine. I mean, I love that she enjoys being in here and doing the crafting with me. I love that. Well, when I say with me, she's doing it and I'm bringing her things. There is no doing it together. I clear up after her and I bring her things, and that's how it works. One of these days, when she's a bit older, we'll do it together. But at the moment, it's really a case of I just bring her things, and she does what she wants to do. So I'm just going to do this, try and do this lightly. I don't want this too bright. And this is a Tim Holtz stencil called Doily. So it's a lovely lacy doily, it's a lacy one. There is another one called Lace, but it's quite different. I like this one. I haven't used it very much. Hard to tell if it shifts at all. Hardly notice. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's very pretty. So I'll just keep going with this. And then we'll be back. I'll be back. Right, so that one's done. I really love that. Very delicate and lacy. But it goes really well with the one on the front. So I'm very happy with that one. Right, so that's that. And then the last one is this one. And I think I just want your mother to use this stencil. Look. It's got quite a... I have a feeling this might have been the one I used for the original jelly print. It'd be quite nice to have that on the other side too, wouldn't it? Be a bit like having a ghost print. So I'm just going to pop that on there. And we'll have a go with our dusty concord. Again, I'm going to try not to make it too dark. I want it to be a bit more of a delicate colour than the one on the front. And again, I'll probably have to turn it around in the middle. I might have to move it down a bit as well. Alright, let's give this a go. I know this is quite a strong colour. let's have a look, shall we? I don't think it matters which way up it is, it's just the way I had it. Actually, I think I had it that way up. It's got a slightly rougher edge at the bottom, I think. That would be better. Yeah, I love that. I think that works really well with the colour again. I think the first one was slightly less successful for the colour match, but not too bad. But yeah, I think that goes really nicely with that. Let's see if I can kind of line it up. Yeah, it's not too bad. Not going to worry about that too much. Right, that's those done. So I'm just going to pop the lid back on the ink. That way. Right, let's get our signatures back in and add these final pieces to it, and then I'll put the washi tape on the paper on the book pages. Right, so let's have a look. We've got these are our 3 signatures. I was going to go lilac, pink and pink, wasn't I? Alright, let's find a home for this piece. And I actually think it needs to go right there. That's where I'd like it to be. That's that one. And this one, ooh, that would go quite nicely there, wouldn't it? I'm wondering, let's pop it in here. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm just going to put it in, mix up the colours. That one's gone in there. And then this one, let's have a look. Where can we put you? I think we're going to put you there. There we are. I think that's everything. I was considering putting an envelope in each signature as well. Let's see how many pages we've actually got now, and I won't include the doilies as an actual page, so I'll have to not include that wallpaper as well, I suppose. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that's the middle one. So I've got 11 pages in each one. So my option would be, if I want, because I was thinking 12 would be quite nice in each one. I'll either add an envelope to each one. I had one knocking around, which would need a bit of work. So I could add an envelope, or I could add some coffee dyed paper, because I've just done a load of coffee dyeing and avocado dyeing. I did both last weekend because it was a really hot weekend. We actually had hot weather for 1 week, and then it's been quite nice the last week, but it's definitely resetting itself and gone back to grey autumn weather now. So I've got the option. I could add 1 envelope to the middle signature and then coffee dyed to the other 2, or 2 envelopes and 1 coffee dyed. I'll have a think about that. I haven't quite decided. The coffee dyed and the avocado dyed papers are sitting waiting to be ironed because they're all a bit wrinkly, and they do need to be ironed just so they lay flat in the signatures. And I did manage to decorate a few of the coffee dyed papers with some of the stencils, but so I might use those. So that's something I think I'll have to think about, and I'll just put them in by next week. I do like an envelope in. I think it just adds a little extra something, so I may well do that, at least in one of the signatures. But in the meantime, shall we keep them in the order that I want them to be? That wasn't what I meant to say. Not shall we keep them in the order, it was... shall we do the book pages and the washi tape to make them stronger? Let's do that. So this is the first one. Stay. Put you over here. So what I have pulled out in the way of washi tapes, and I don't know if these are going to be the right ones to use, or whether I need proper washi tapes. These are a washi tape kit that I've just printed onto label paper, and it's by Artsology, so there's pages of them, quite a lot of pages, and I've just picked out a few where I thought the colours might look nice, might go quite nicely. So I'm just sort of hovering it. I'm thinking this one would be rather nice. But what I want really, on the outside, I'll do the outside first, is something a little wider. So, got that one, that one. I haven't really got quite as many wide ones as that work and colour-wise as I would like. That one might be okay actually. That's quite pretty. Right, so I think I'm just going to peel that up and trim off the white bit. Let's just try this. Such pretty washi tapes, aren't they? So this is not transparent like a normal washi tape because I don't have clear sticker paper. So I've just used normal sticker paper and that's absolutely fine. Sometimes you don't want it to be too transparent, you know, just want to see the picture or see the pretty pattern, don't you? Right, what I have got to be careful of, of course, it's label paper and not real washi tape, as it might be more inclined to tear the paper if I keep moving it. Whereas washi tape's a little bit more forgiving, isn't it? Alright, so got that there. Just going to trim that off. And trim off the backing. So I've got a bit left. Okay, and then I've got this narrower one to go up the middle, inside. So again, I'm just going to peel this up so I can get it peeling away because there is a little bit of an edge there, and then I can just trim off that bit of white. Be nice if I could actually cut straight, wouldn't it? Even if it's just across the bottom of a bit of washi tape. But no. Okay. Oops, got a bit of the book page here. Let's just trim that a little bit. Okay. try attempt to refold. Get the book pages back together. That should give me a good guide as to where the fold should be. There we go. Hope I've got it in the right place. Right, so there we are. Really pretty washi tape in the middle. It's a bit thicker than normal washi tape, so I've not used it for this before. I'm just wondering if it's the right thing to use, but I've done it now. Okay, so this has got to go back in here. Okay, very nice. And the next one is this one. This is the really spotted one. Okay, so what one do I want for this? I think I might use this one on here with this one, I think, on the inside. It's hard to tell if there's a right way or a wrong way up for this. No, I think it's the other way. Maybe it'd be better if I did it while it's folded and folded it round rather than folding it afterwards. Should we try that? So I'll just put it half on. Just try and put it on straight. That's the challenge. Right. Okay. Let's try and sharp that off in the right place. And fold it round. Okay, there we are. I think that might be better. It's not completely straight, but I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, and then I'll put the middle one in. And it might be easier then to get the fold in the right place. So I'm going to pop that down there. I think I'll do this end. Right, same as before. Cut the end off. Maybe I'll cover it coming down this time. Try and get it in the middle. that's down. That looks good. And it should be reasonably easy to fold it again. Yeah, I think that's worked better than doing it the other way. Oh well, always something to learn on this job. And that can go back in where it into its position. Okay, and the last one. Got these little bits of tape stuck to me. So I've got the wide one and the narrow one. Right, just got to find my bit of book page. Here, nope, not there. Where is it? Right at the beginning. Of course it is. Okay. Right, let's just try and get it in as close to the middle of the washi tape as I can. Oop. And then fold it around. Now I'll do it the other way. Lovely. Just need a little trim at the top there, I think. But you can see why I wanted to use a slightly wider one, because it's got to fold around, whereas the one for the inside doesn't need to be as wide. I think there's some old string in the middle of this one. I don't think I need the string. Oh, I don't think. I think it's just pulling away. That's all right then. Really old string. That's it. Now let's put this one in the middle. No. This is the end I need to use. From the top, I think that worked better. Okay, let's fold it back into position. Isn't that pretty? That's all good. Pop that in there. And there we have it. That's our 3 signatures. I think this is the final, the final configuration. I think they're nice and... No, just managed to get a few extra bits in, and that's going to make a nice little chunky journal. And I'll do a bit more trimming to make them not stick out quite so much at the sides. Only a little bit. They don't need to be absolutely flush, top and bottom, all the way round. But I'd like them to be a little closer together. There's quite a lot poking out at the sides there. So I'll get those tidied up. Don't know what we'll do in the next video for this because I haven't decided. I'm still trying to get the autumn journal finished. We're nearly there. And it's a little bit uncertain as to how much videoing I'll be able to do now because our building work starts tomorrow. So it's all a case of how noisy it gets. But I'll do my best to plough on with this. This could take a while. I'll just keep coming back at it when I haven't got, in between other things. So thank you for joining me today. And thank you again for all your good wishes for my daughter. I'm looking forward to seeing her. At the very least, I hope I get to speak to her today. I really, really just need to check on her. I have been quite worried. I think we both have. We've been quite worried about her because she's obviously had a difficult time. So we just need to just see her little face, know she's okay. All right, I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.